Hey guys, I'm back. It's been 9 days since my surgery for pelvic organ prolapse, for those who are following along. Again, this relates to episode 56, where I talk about my pelvic organ prolapse journey, and I've done some other videos leading up to my surgery. And this is the first video I've made since my surgery. So I had my surgery 9 days ago. It went really, really well. I did all the prep the night before, like I had talked about in my previous video. That all went fine. We got to the hospital at 11:15, and I expected them to be running kind of late because I was supposed to go in, I think, at 1:15 or 1:30. And so I figured there's no way. As soon as we got there, they took me back to pre-op, to get prepped for everything. And Brian had to wait like 45 minutes. And then he was allowed to come back there and just sit with me. And then they came and got me at 1:30. So, I mean, before that, the anesthesiologist came and talked to me. My nurses were amazing, so awesome. It's all about the nurses. They were so great. And then my surgeon came and talked to me, and her assistant, and one of her nurse practitioners was with her too, or with the assistant. So a lot of people came, and then the anesthesiologist assistant came and talked to me. So while I was back there in pre-op, I had visits from the anesthesiologist, the anesthesiologist assistant, my surgeon, her assistant, and her assistant, and then the nurses. So I was in such good hands. It was wonderful. I was so nervous. But after talking to them, I was like, okay, I'm ready. And so they took me at 1:30. I could not believe it. They were right on time. My surgeon, she's an amazing woman. She's incredibly calm and just positive and so female focused. Like, she's awesome. So I remember them taking me back, and everyone was so nice. The anesthesiologist said he was going to start giving me something to help me start relaxing. And as they were like taping my arms, I think they secured my arms. While they were doing that, I think that was starting to hit. And I remember in my mind, I had already made the decision of something to think about to help keep myself calm. And there's a creator on here, Canine Convoy. I don't know if anyone follows her. She's amazing. I thought about all the dogs. There's one dog on there, Lucy Lou, that I just love. There's so many great dogs on that bus. I love that creator. So I started going through the names of all the dogs to keep myself calm and picture them. And that's the last thing I remember is that. So I went under anesthesia thinking about all those beautiful dogs. So check out that creator's wall, because she's amazing. Canine Convoy, she's amazing. But anyway, so the next thing I remember is they were saying my name, and I woke up. But it was hard to wake up, as far as the anesthesia really hit me. And so they took me to a room, and I shared it with a really lovely woman. There was a curtain between us, but she was so kind and so sweet. She had energy. I did not. Brian came and was there when I got into the room. I remember him being there, but I was out. I was in and out. I slept pretty much the whole night. Like, I would wake up when the nurses would come in to check your vitals. I would wake up and I would go right back to sleep. And then I'd off and on talk to my roommate, but then I'd go right back to sleep. But she was, I think, awake most of the time. Like, she was amazing. I was out. The anesthesia totally took me out. So I slept most of my time spending the night there. Again, my nurses were amazing. So blessed there. And I think the surgery was almost 4 hours, like 3.5 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours. So then the next morning, I was able to eat breakfast, which was so awesome because I hadn't eaten in like 30 hours or some crazy number. Like, I don't know. I was actually hungry, and they were only giving me Tylenol for pain. And that was fine because I still had the anesthesia to help with the pain. And then They had me get up and walk early morning. I did a little walk with a walker around the hall. And then I woke up with a cath still. So I walked with the cath. But then later on in the morning, they actually removed my cath and they have you urinate to make sure you can urinate on your own, which I could. So I got cleared there. And then I did another walk, but this time I did like half the floor. And I asked if I could go home. And they said, yeah, as long as I felt comfortable going home. And so we were discharged. I was discharged, I think, by noon or something. I can't remember. And then I've been home ever since recovering. And the one thing I will say is if you have a surgery like this, especially, in that part of your body, or whether it's a hysterectomy or for pelvic organ prolapse, rest. Let others do for you. You can only heal once. It's hard. Sometimes I'll catch myself because I'm not supposed to be lifting anything. And I'll have to remind myself, you can't lift that. You can't do that. They want you to walk, but rest. And I can't drive. I think I'm cleared to drive either Friday or Saturday. It's like 8 to 10 days because they said they don't want you stepping on the brake. And when you drive, you're obviously going to step on the brake, like in a shocking way that could hurt you. And there's no way to predict that everybody out there is going to be normal. So you may have to slam on your brakes. So no driving. And then just resting. And that's been, I will say, my brain didn't clear until yesterday, which was day 8. So it took 8 days before my brain didn't feel so foggy. And I only used the real pain meds for a day after when I got home. And then I switched to Tylenol because the anesthesia wears off and you are in pain. So I used the pain pill, I think, the first day and then maybe the morning of the second day. And then I switched to Tylenol. And I only was on Tylenol for like 2 more days. And then I haven't been on anything. But a lot of that's because I rested. So you got to give yourself permission to heal and let others do for you. If you have that support, if you're going to have this type of surgery, you need support, whether it's family, friends, someone. You need help with laundry, with cooking, with children, groceries, normal things. And when I first was home, I needed help walking to the restroom. And Brian helped with that. And then walking back and helping me get back in bed. So it's even basic stuff like that. So that's my one advice, is really to rest if you have this surgery. But I'm so grateful I did it. I already can tell a difference. I can already tell it was a success. So I think I'm going to do a mini episode to really go more into detail about just everything with the surgery and the post-op experiences, just go more into detail for those who are interested in really getting into the nitty-gritty. But I just wanted to come on here and say again, thank you for all of your well wishes. Thank you for all of your kind comments, your love, your prayers. It has meant everything to me. It really has. So I just wanted to come on and say I'm doing great. I'm feeling good. I'm continuing to rest. And we are going to get back to normally scheduled podcasting. We actually have a really great episode that's going to be dropping soon. And we have lots of great guests lined up. So we're going to get back at it now that this is kind of getting behind me. And again, thank you for all of the support. We love all of you. I love all of you. So thank you so much. And I'm hoping that by sharing this journey, again, will help even one woman who maybe is going through something similar or has pelvic organ prolapse and just needs a resource of information. That's why I'm putting all this out there. So again, thank you so much. And we will see you next time. Bye.